Oh, YouTube. Sloppy Toad here with this Pokemon Red Let's Play. So starting right off, we're going to be getting into a couple battles before we go fight Lt.Surge. Like I said last time, I'll move just a little bit here. Just like I said last time, I'm going to be keeping in some of the battles now because, oh no, wait. No, now this episode is where the battles start taking place. I'm going to be keeping in most of them. Not all of them, most of them. I'm going to be cutting out any ones that we've seen before, any battles that just seem to drag out, like attacks missing constantly, or just really low-level battles that are unimportant or something like that. Say we catch a lower-level Pokemon later in the journey and I need to level it up, something like that. But anyway, Ducks just killed, Voltorb, and now we're going on to our next Pokemon here, which is a Magnemite. Something interesting to note about Voltorb is that back in Generation 1, he didn't learn many electric-type attacks. In fact, he didn't learn any electric-type attacks. Which is interesting because he's an electric-type Pokemon. The only time he ever learned any electric-type attacks was when... oh, there goes... I just totally missed that. I was looking up something else. Yeah, I took down Magnemite. The only electric-type attacks he was saying, or I was saying he could learn are through TMs. And right there is where you see me using Rest. And that's part of making Ducks more viable to use. Now then, going on, you might also be wondering why Fury Attack is working so well on Magnemite. Well, because in Generation 2, that's when Magnemite became part Steel type. For those of us in newer generations. Sorry, as I was saying, my recording device is having issues. Sorry about that, guys. Now where was I? Alright, about Magnemite wasn't Steel type until 2nd generation. For those of you who are new to the game anyway and don't know that. An interesting fact, though, is that if you trade a Magnemite, say from Gold and Silver to Red and Blue version, when it comes back to Red and Blue version, it'll be Electric and Fire. Because the game is coded to read the other type, but it doesn't know what type it is, because it doesn't exist. So it codes it as that. Which is a really bad, it's really bad for Magnemite, because in Generation 1, well, in all generations, Fire and Electric types are both weak to, well, ground type attacks, so Magnemite is super screwed when he gets hit by Earthquake or something like that. Yeah. And here we're showcasing Dr. Mushy, how powerful he is, using Dig. My goodness. He's just a beast when it comes to this kind of thing. Alright, so that's the last trainer. Now we're going to be heading up and we're going to take down Lt.Surge. The all-American G.I. Joe of the Pokemon world, who was in a war or something with his electric Pokemon. Prepare yourselves, guys. This is going to be one hell of a fight. Alright, enjoy. there we have Dr. Mushy taking down Lt.Surge. That is 2 boss battles, or 2 gym leaders for 1 Pokemon that was, well, it's Parasect. By today's standards, one of the, well, I guess if you're talking tiers, he is under the never used, if I'm not mistaken, but, well, he's actually pretty good here. Anyway, so now we're gonna cut through this tree, and we're gonna head up to the Pokemon Center and heal, and then we're gonna head on back to Cerulean City and head eastward to Rock Tunnel. So again, with keeping the battles in, there's going to be, the parts are going to be, I'm going to try and make them maybe a minute or 2 longer, just so that you can see a little bit more. You don't have to wait so long for the next video to be uploaded. So here we are heading up north. And back in Cerulean City, just like that. So yeah. Now we're heading over, and right here where you couldn't cut through before, now you can with cut. So this will be the last battle that I cut out here, and then the rest of the battles you'll see for the rest of this part. This was just one where I was battling the lass, and she was just using Bellsprouts and Oddishes, which, well, Ducks took out no problem. And right here is where you're going to see one of the first times that, well, I have too many items. That's right, my inventory is full. And I'm trying to use these items so that I can pick something up. And then I realized, well, I only used one of my 2 ethers. I can't use any more, because I haven't used any other attacks, so I have to throw it away. And I try and keep on top of this, and you'll see that in later parts where I'm actually using the PC all the time. But yeah, and here we're going to fight a battle with a hiker. But yeah, item storage, I keep going on and on about it, but it really is a problem that they didn't sort out until 3rd generation games. Like, completely sort out, I should say. Because while your inventory is increased a lot in the next game, it's not infinite, which is what it should be. And here we are fighting against a Machop. And there's another thing right there. Karate Chop is actually a normal type attack in the 1st generation games, and changed to a fighting type attack in second and later generations. And here comes one of the better attacks for Ducks to learn, is Swords Dance. This will give him an advantage against other teams, like when he's fighting against something weak, he can actually power up with that, rest, and then use a normal attack to deal heavy damage. And here's an Onyx. Alright. But we don't have to worry about Ducks fighting that. And we've got Dr. Mushy. And there's rock type attacks. You know, I didn't actually know, for the longest time, I didn't know that bugs were weak to rock. And that wasn't until 4th generation came out that I found that out. But yeah. Alright, we're going to use Dig and finish him off. I don't know why I used Dig when Leech Life would have finished it, but regardless. There we go. Finishing off Onyx there. Ducks gained experience, Dr. Mushy, and defeated a hiker. Alrighty. Now we're on to our next battle. Alrighty. Junior Trainer Male. Apparently the graphics are that bad that you can't tell whether it's a boy or a girl, so they have to put the universal symbol for man and woman on there so everybody can tell. But anyway, I don't know why. I changed into a bug type to fight against a fire type. Whatever. It's not using fire type attacks, so I got nothing to worry about. And it's down. And Charmander's coming out. Why bother when I can just dig? I guess there really aren't that many fire type attacks when you consider it in 1st generation. Let me think now. There's Fire Punch, Ember, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Fire Spin. That pretty much sums up every single fire type attack. I think I may be missing a couple, but that's pretty funny when you think about it. Because now we look on games nowadays, and they've got dozens and dozens of attacks for each type, giving everybody a chance to fight. Sort of like how there's barely any bug type attacks, or how there are no dragon type attacks. And before anybody calls me out on that, no, Dragon Rage does not count as a dragon type attack. It's a set amount of damage that's always being done, and it doesn't have any effects other than that. It doesn't play on weaknesses or resistances, so no, it is not actually a type of an attack. Sort of like Nightshade. I guess you could consider it being more of a type than Dragon Rage, because you can't use Nightshade on a normal type Pokemon. Anyway, so right here Dux is really showing it, and kicking some major ass against these guys. Beedrill gives a good amount of experience for Dux. But yeah, I think this will be the last. Yep. And of course, Dux just... No, Dux! It's okay, Dr. Mushie will clean up the mess. Alright. Focus energy. Oh boy. How about Lt.Surge being a giant? It's ridiculous. Anyway, so that